So here is a frame die. Now I've already started to cut the construction board out. So this is what it looks like, just plain construction board. The frame's got beautiful embossing dies lines in it as well. So this is really going to pick out all the textures and the lines when we do put the wax on it in just a second. But what I have done to utilise the rice papers, so you can see where I've cut it out there already, but this is just rice paper that has just been spray mounted onto the grey board. So I've just popped this through the die cutting machine like you would normally, and I'm just going to get the pokey tool and pop it out. There we go. Now we can see already how we're going to start popping it onto our projects. But to really make this pop off your projects that you're going to be putting it on, we're going to use the Cadence Dora finger waxes. So I've used colours that are really going to complement it. So I've used the gold, and then I am going to be using the orchid purple as well. So with this, it will be depending on what rice papers and what projects you are wanting to put it on. But when I pick my colours, I always go for like something that's going to really warm it up. So you can see we have got the purples in there, and we have got the goldy yellowy tones. So you always pick out the colour that's not necessarily got much of, but something that's really going to harmonise and work them together. So all you do is we're going to take a little bit of wax on our finger, and I like to just take a little bit of the residue off here. And then we're just going to bring it in on the edges, and then you can see how it's sinking beautifully into the embossing lines as well, where we've die cut it. So you're just going to keep working that round. Not only for your projects as well, you can put family pictures in these ones, make little collages with them as well. But less is, not that less is more, but you can sort of really work in so you can get that ombre effect look all the way around your frame as well. If you do find you need more, again, go in and do exactly the same thing, tap a little bit off, and just work it in from the edges. And you can just go in where if you feel like you've been a little bit more heavy-handed in areas, just go over it again. And then we're going to take the purple wax, and again, doing exactly the same thing. It is a little bit of a messier job, this one, so you can put gloves on if you'd like to. And I'm just going to pick out just these end little pieces on here. And then just go in on the inside just to accent these little corners as well. Now, depending on what finger you feel most comfortable using, we do usually recommend to use your ring fingers because it does usually apply less pressure, but it can depend on, it's all on the individual crafter really. And then as you can see, I've just mixed the two colours over the top of each other. So now, depending on what you're going to put in the frame, like I've just said, it can be family pictures, it can be textures, like when you've stenciled through things, but you can pop rice papers on there, or the cutout from the die fits nicely inside there as well. So you could add textures, add pastes onto this, and then decoupage it up just so it stands a little bit off the frame. You can use foam pads or hot glue just to make sure that just stands off the frame a little bit, but it looks stunning if you pop it on the rice paper. This like a contrasting colour, so again the purple will accent and highlight the back rice papers. Pop that inside there. We've got the butterfly that's going to fit and meet nicely here, so that's something to think about as well when you're cutting your frame out. So then that's going to mount on top of there and then really accent all your products that you're wanting to highlight with embellishment.